Lust is one of the most powerful silent killers of a Christian's spiritual life. Not because it starts big, but because it begins small, inside the mind, in the eyes, and in the heart. Today we're talking about what the Bible actually says about lust and how you can defeat it through the power of God. Lust is not only desire. Lust is desire outside of God's boundaries. Jesus didn't focus on the outward actions. He went straight into the heart. Matthew 5:28 says, "Anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart." That means lust becomes sin long before anything physical happens. It's a heart issue. It grows in secret, and what grows in secret eventually destroys you in public. Lust is dangerous because it doesn't just affect your purity, it affects your spirit. It weakens your ability to pray. It distances you from God. It damages how you see people. It creates addiction. It steals your spiritual strength. The Bible says in 1 Peter 2:11, "Abstain from sinful desires which wage war against your soul." Lust is not a temptation you play with. It's a war that attacks your soul. The Bible shows us the three gateways of sin: the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. Lust begins with what you look at. The devil knows if he can control your eyes, he can influence your thoughts. And if he can influence your thoughts, he can control your actions. That's why Job said, "I made a covenant with my eyes," Job 31:1. He understood something many Christians don't. You can't defeat lust if you don't control your eyes. So how do you defeat lust? First, stop fighting it with willpower. Lust isn't defeated by your strength, it's defeated by God's Spirit. Galatians 5:16 says, "Walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh." You win by staying close to God, not by trying harder. Second, replace lustful thoughts immediately. Don't argue with temptation, replace it. When a lustful thought rises, say, "Lord, purify my mind, strengthen my spirit." Temptation loses its power when you bring God into the moment. Third, cut off the triggers. Jesus said, "If your eye causes you to sin, cut it off." Matthew 18:9. He didn't mean literally. He meant remove access. Unfollow certain accounts. Limit what you watch. Protect your eyes. The things you allow yourself to look at shape the battles you face. Fourth, build your spirit stronger. When your spirit is weak, lust is strong. When your spirit is strong, lust becomes weak. Pray daily, read the Word, fast sometimes, stay connected to God. A strong spirit makes temptation easier to defeat. Lastly, remember your identity. You are not a slave to lust. You are a child of God, called, chosen, and forgiven. Romans 6:14 says, "Sin shall not have dominion over you." You are stronger, not because of you, but because of Christ in you. If you're struggling with lust, you are not alone. Every believer fights this battle, but God has already given you the strength to win. Lust doesn't have to control your mind. It doesn't have to define your life. It doesn't have to destroy your spirit. Freedom is real, and it begins when you surrender to God. If this video touched your heart, like the video, subscribe, and comment, "I choose purity." Share this message with someone who needs this encouragement today.